What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, and we're here at Pepcom. It's one of the 3 events after events before, and it actually happens before CES starts. We get to see some stuff that we don't know that is going to be announced in the next day or two. So we get a first look at some of this stuff, and we got some really cool stuff. This is a 2-video set. The first video was a sponsored video. This one is non-sponsored, but we're gonna try and get through as many as we can. There's a lot of companies here. Pepcom is one of the better events because they have so many companies and we can get up and close with some of these products. So we're going to go walk through and we're going to check everything out. We're going to do that next. All right, we've got here for CES, we're at the Pluggable booth and we're looking at the TBT UDH2, which is a Thunderbolt 5 docking station with dual HDMI 2.1. So as you can see, we have plugged into the Thunderbolt 5, which basically also has a 30-watt PD in there, but it's also got 3 USB-C 10 gigabit, one with a 30-watt PD, and 2 USB-C 5 gigabits, and then 1 USB 10 gigabits and 2 USB 5 gigabits. So a lot of stuff in the front. And then in the back, we have a dual HDMI. Let's see if we can turn this. Dual HDMI in the back, and a lot of other great little features that you might need for your computer. Notice how it's standing up in a vertical position rather than a horizontal position. So sometimes somebody's desk might require that the dock has to be turned, and this is perfect for that. Now, this is not out yet, but it'll be out a little bit later. We're here at the Amazfit booth, and we're taking a look at one of their newer watches. This is the Active Max watch. This is a 51 millimeter watch, and it retails for about $169. And it's got, of course, the bigger display, Android style watch for sport. It's got 170 sports modes. It's got health tracking. It's got battery life of up to 25 days. For that, let me make it so you see it a little bit better. Up to 25 days of battery life here. And of course, it's got accurate GPS mapping, health tracking, 160 sports modes, and all that other cool stuff. And as you can see here, let me grab that. I'm just going to put it on my wrist really quick. Or maybe not so really quick, but you get the idea. So nice rubber band, rubber silicone band, yeah. So that's what it looks like on my wrist. And of course, it's saying, hey, start strength training. I'm not going to work out. I'm already working out here at CES. But it's got the bio tracker, up to 4 gigabytes of storage in here, and some really cool, there's a really nice space right there. I'll try and turn my wrist like that. There we go. Anyway, so for $169, this is a great, looks like a great little watch. We'll try and get it in the shop to do a review on it as we go. Amazfit.com if you need a good watch. These are great watches because at $169 you can buy a couple of them. So if one dies or anything like that, then you have the other one already charging and ready to go, and you're good to go. This is really cool. It's from over at MyQ, which I have a MyQ system. I've talked about it before for my garage, being able to open the garage door and close the garage door with a smart app, and it's a game changer because then I can bring people in who can do the Amazon key for that. They've got several different products here, but this is the one that they're announcing, they're showing off at CES this year. This is called the Securview 3-in-1 Smart Lock. Now, this is actually meant for your door. So as you can see, there's there's the deadbolt right there. So this has 3 different types of ways to unlock it. There's a key option, there's a keypad option, there's a face unlock option. So it becomes like your door cam or anything like that. This can be your doorbell right here. And of course, you can unlock it in one of those 3 different ways. So somebody comes over and they, like for instance, Amazon could come in and they could you can see that Amazon's leaving a package at the front door, or you can unlock the door and have them put the package inside, or your friend's coming over, you're at CES or anything like that, and then all of a sudden, maybe you're having a problem. You have to have somebody check on the dog or the cat. You can have your neighbor come over. They just ring the doorbell. You see them on the app, and then you can let them in. They come in, and then they do what they need to do, and then they can be on their merry way. They don't need a key. And of course, with the MyQ ecosystem, then you have it all in one. So you can see who's in the garage. You can see who's at the front door. You can see everything. There's several different products from the MyQ group right there. You can see some of them, from the outdoor wired camera to the outdoor battery camera. We got the garage camera. And then, of course, the garage smart control, which works with a lot of different types of garage doors and a lot more from MyQ. It's technically not out yet because they're announcing it for tomorrow. So it'll actually be out tomorrow. It's $279 for this device. And there's also a subscription model, but you don't need to get the subscription to use the Securview 3-in-1 system. So that's really cool. There's some extra features that you'll be able to get with the subscription model. But for the most part, you can just get $279 and you have that deadbolt for your front door. And you can control it however you want, which is great. And that's from MyQ. We're here at the LePro booth. And of course, you've seen me with some of the LePro stuff. We got the light over there that, I have prominently in the back of my shots. This is Amy. What you want to do, this is a basic, it's like a personal assistant with a face to it. And this is simply LCD screen. There's sensors in here. You can talk to it back and forth. We got camera up front. So it allows to see and be able to react to what you do and say. And it has a lot more features inside of here. Several touch points. I see one in the corner here that allows me to interact with it even more. So we have a lot of different options here. It is on a battery, but this is this is right here is a prototype. There is no price model or price point out just yet, and we don't know exactly when it's going to come out. But this is the next version or the next product from the LePro line. It's called the LePro Ami, A-M-I, and we'll have a link down there to LePro so you can see when it's available, and we'll keep in touch. This is actually the TV1 Pro. This is a newer version of the TV1 that I have, and just like the other one, it folds up and it comes out in this nice little design, but it is now powered with the LePro's new AI microphone and light GPM personalized AI lighting designer. The TV1 Pro lets you simply say the lighting effect that you want on its device. AI assistant will instantly create the scene. And of course, that's all hands-free. It's got the 3-ring adjustable, like I said, and the 388 RGB IC LEDs. So you can put that on your shelf like I do in my studio. It's just sitting prominently right behind me. What we've got here is the Iris Zen from Renphro. And of course, we've looked at Renphro products before. We got the step-on scale. We've got a newer step-on scale, the one newer than what I've got, of course. Mine's a few years old. But what this is an eye massager. I think we've had this in the shop, the review, the older version. This now has what's called headspace in there. So it has more than just the eye massager. It's got some meditation options in there and a lot more. You can do a single click to cycle through the volume levels. There's a little panel on the side right there. It can adjust the heat levels. And of course, you can do the soft pressure, strong pressure, or no pressure whatsoever. You got the meditation ritual in there for a body scan, for a refresh, for a restore, and a lot more. So this is coming out February, $129.99. Now, of course, like I said, they've got some other cool stuff from Renphro. We've got this is the Active Mini Thermocool gun. So right here is going to actually warm up and cool down for whatever type of massage that you need. I use these guns all the time to work out some muscles, my back especially. So I like the idea that I can put some cool or some heat on there so I can really work those muscles and a lot more. So that's the Active Mini Thermocool right there. And of course, it comes with some other attachments, just like massage guns do. And then we've got a nice little mask here. I think my wife will like this. This is the Artemis LED light therapy mask. How do I look? Do I look good? There we go. So of course, we got the LED lights in here. You wrap it around. I like the idea that it's a silicone-based mask. It's not a hard shell. So you can really wrap it around your face. And then, of course, it's got the nice little control right there to bring that in. This one is $219 to get some rejuvenation for your face. And of course, they have a lot more. You can check that all out over at renphro.com. Just relaxing with your eyes and, just sitting back and enjoying. And then you can work your day. You do 20 minutes on this, and then you can do another 2 hours looking at a screen or anything like that. That's what I really like about that. What we got here is the Navee UT5 Ultra X scooter, electric scooter, of course. It runs 45 miles per hour or 70 kilometers per hour. And of course, it's got an 87-minute battery, and it's 240 watts. It's a 1,200 watt battery inside. And of course, it does a 48% max incline. So if you're in San Francisco, some of the hills might not work for it, but most of the hills do work for it. You'll be able to do that. This is not out yet. They're going to be announcing it in the next day or two. So we're getting the first look at this right here. Let me walk around here and show you a little bit more about this. You can see the front panel, which includes some handbrakes, and then of course the controls right up front here. The wheels, I'm looking at the wheels. They look like about 8-inch wheels, rubber tire wheels there. So, and of course that braking system right there. There is no price point out yet, and once they do start taking orders, it's expected later this year, but not right now. Multiple colors, of course. This is you have the UT5 Ultra X, and there's also the NT5 Ultra X, and that is 40 miles per hour or 65 kilometers an hour. It's got a 56-mile range or 90-kilometer range, 1,200 watt power, whereas it's 2,400 watt for the UT5, just to clarify. And that only does a 45-degree angle, whereas the UT5 does the 48-degree angle. So that's from Navee, Navee. And of course, we'll have the link down in the show notes. Always got to love breakdancing robots, right? You notice that on the top there's cameras, so I have a feeling that it does go down on 4s and works like a dog. There we go. Ask and it shall do, right? So it's now walking around. And you saw the front LCD, which had the face on there. It's doing a little push-ups, so it's kind of mocking me right now because I can't do push-ups. So that's very limber and nimble. And nimber, that's a word, nimber. And it's pretty cool. Up, and he's back up. And now he's like, what you talking about, Willis? There he goes. All right, we got some stuff from Stern. We got 2 pinball machines. One, the Fall of the Empire came out in about September, and The Walking Dead came out in about December. From Stern Pinball, as you know, Stern Pinball does 3 pinball machines for everything. You have the high, the premium, the one where it's like limited run, and then of course the stuff that you'll see at the local arcade. So I'm not sure of all the gameplay of these just yet because I haven't really played them, but they look like some pretty cool machines. And of course, Stern Pinball is always a mainstay here at CES, and we'll try and get over to their booth and take a look at some of the other pinball machines out there. And of course, that was Pepcom. Jeffrey Powers. CES 2026 is always a fun thing to do. It's very strenuous. My right foot is killing me right now, but I will continue to walk because tomorrow